Hey everyone, this is Ultra Runner. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at probably one of my most anticipated figures. It is the Captain America class suit from Winter Soldier. And of course, you guys know it's a scene where he steals the uniform or the outfit from the museum. And so that's why he's got the classic shield, but super cool. Like I say, was really looking forward to this. So I'm super glad that thing's out. We'll take a quick look at the box. Standard Mafex stuff, nothing super special here. This is a number 220 in the line, which is crazy. This is part of their Infinity Saga. You've got the Mafex 220 again on that side. And you've got your little barcode and non-counterfeiting sticker down at the bottom. Of course, included in the package, you get a flight stand. Instead of having unwrapped it, you got your little authentic Mafex logo or document or whatever. So I'm going to start off, this is a little different. I'm going to start off with the accessory. So first and foremost, this is probably the best 1/12 scale Captain America shield I have. And I have every SHF in Mafex, so I'm not going to say Marvel Legends doesn't have a better one. But from SHF and Mafex, this is easily the best one. I mean, the damage, the weathering on it, the little cell shading here for the darkness. I mean, just the fit and finish. This thing is super, super nice. I mean, inside is pretty normal. This piece, this strap here is fixed, so you can't pull it out. I tried a lot, and I was like, I don't want to break it just in case it is fixed. But I'll show you the other parts in a minute. But yeah, shield, stunning shield, absolutely great. It comes with a couple head sculpts. So you've got the unmasked head sculpt, kind of gritting teeth. I wish this was more neutral. I understand, if you have the other Mafexes, they're pretty much the same. This one's a little blonder, but I don't think it's too bad. I mean, it's fine. It's not a big deal. I mean, it really is just, I guess if you have the last one they just made, the stealth suit, then that's all you really need. And then you got the gritting face, or gritting teeth mask. And this is really neat because it has great gloss. The finish is just stellar. I mean, they did a phenomenal job on that. And, it looks like Chris Evans. I mean, no real complaint there. And then lastly, you have the empty cowl. And you have the empty cowl. And, yeah, it's an empty cowl. So, again, good fit and finish. Did a great job with it. Yeah, no complaints there. For hands, you get set of closed fist and that kind of brown leather look. Really good detail and good paint. I do like the new color of them. You'll see that when we get to that part. You got a set of kind of gripping hands, like relaxed gripping hands. You got a set of trigger hands, which is funny because he doesn't come with any weapons, but I mean, mine's not going to be standing any other way, but that's actually kind of cool. You've got a set of pointers. And last but not least for hands, you got a set of the always included shield throwing hands. So, of course, the shield just slides in like this underneath. And you get that little effect that he's throwing the shield. So, cool beans. And then the other last couple things you have is for the shield. You have a couple different straps. So you can put his arm through, of course, put the shield on him. And you have a smaller one that matches the small one on the back of the shield for when you want to put on his back which has a little adapter here that slides in like that. You peg that one in there, and then there's a little piece on this back that you pop out. This is kind of convoluted. I mean, Mafex does do a little over engineering, but this pegs in here, and then this piece pegs into his back. And then, yeah, I don't know. To me, that's one of the things I think they just don't do well, but it's whatever. And then, last but not least, accessory-wise, he comes with this little rock, which has actually got a little bit of weight to it. I was actually kind of surprised at how heavy it was. It's got the little T-stand, so you can do simulate the little look of it in the museum, or the classic Captain America look. I'm trying not to pop this out, but I guess I'll do it anyway. As you probably heard, like I say, the rock's solid. Oh, it's got weight to it. It might not be solid, but it doesn't feel hollow. Just great detail, great sculpting, nice little wash on it, solid base bottom, and you just peg in a little hole there. It is directional, so it is shaped where the peg only goes in one way. So, and then for his classic shield, this just pops on the shelf. And I'll have toward the end, I'll show you guys all the caps. I'm gonna have a do a review of all of them later on, but this thing is just brilliant. I mean, the blue, the red and white, just great. And I love how vibrant it is. And it's so different from every other shield he's got, not only in shape, but also in fit and finish. And then last but not least, the man of the hour, we got Cap here. And so the one thing I'll tell you that the camera may not be pulling out, this blue is just a really rich light blue. It's not really a true blue, but pretty close to it. The fit and finish, the paint, overall detail, the sculpting, this is definitely next level even for Mafex, because compared to the stealth suit cap, you look at him and kind of go, okay, they did a great job with this, but this guy here, I mean, you look at around the chest, the straps, the star, the waist, the belt around the waist, all the detail around the waist belt, with the little cartridges, all the hits of paint, the richness of the color. I mean, they crushed this. And there's still some disappointment in it, but I would definitely say the engineering has really improved, even from the last Captain America to this one. So if you put him next to, and I'll do a more in-depth video later, but size-wise, these guys are roughly the same height. So I think the buck is basically the same, just with different sculpting on the side. But even between the last one and the most current, they have redone engineering, because you look at the shoulders here, the butterflies are a little different here, where the shoulders is flat, whereas this still has that kind of old Mafex kind of pointiness to it and the gapping there. So that is a little unique. And again, let me just, why I got him here. So the faces, I think it's the exact same face head sculpt. So like if you wanted a neutral head sculpt, you really have to buy the stealth suit cap, of course, to have that neutral look. But across the board, I mean, your engineering, I think, has kind of gone up significantly on this. And then they had one big downfall on these caps, and the same thing with the, I was like, I'll do a later video comparing them all, but these ball joint elbows, first of all, they're hideous. I mean, that is not good looking at all. And it's so cheap. And for all the effort they put into this figure, this to me is the only miss. Like it's horrible. Because even the old, if you look at the old Infinity War Captain America, even though he had the double jointed elbows with the stupid elbow pads on the back, but at least they fit and worked well, even though it kind of was unrealistic there. But that's still okay. That's tolerable. And then, of course, our reason I included him, because we all know for a point in time in the comics, Bucky did assume the role of Captain America. So here you've got the really nice double jointed elbows that you typically see on Mafex units. So the fact that he went from this to the ugly ball joint on Stealth Suit Cap, and then carried that over to the new Stealth Suit Cap, is, to me, it was kind of like, what are you actually doing here? I mean, I would have paid, I don't know, $10 more, $15 more, whatever, to actually have a good elbow, because if you're doing anything where that elbow's exposed, that looks really bad. But for me, you guys know, I pick up every cap, every Mafex, every SH Figure Arts cap, so it is what it is. And mine's going to be standing like I had them posed early on, and it doesn't look that bad. You turn your elbows, you turn the forearms in a little bit, and have them grabbing the shield, looking down, a little bit of a squat, and you really don't even pay attention to that. All you see is just that incredible looking suit, and like I said again, that super, super nice glossy shield. So, but just kind of bring them out, just a really quick comparison. Like I said, I'll do a separate video kind of breaking everything down, but again, you got the Stealth Suit Cap here. You've got the most recent release, that's the Mafex Winter Soldier. And like I say, those guys all look great together. This is such a good look. And like I say, I do think the engineer on this one's better. If you had to pick one of the actual caps, not count, Bucky, but if you had to get one of the caps, I think this is the better one to go with. It does look more traditional Captain America. The engineering is definitely good. Even the buckles here, but it's got the floating, a little bit of float, so you can move it up a little bit. But this is, to me, like, this is what a premium figure should feel like. The Stealth Suit Cap, I think, is like comparison. This was the benchmark before. Actually, I would say Bucky was the benchmark before, but we're gonna move him out the way and just go with straight caps. So this was probably the benchmark before this one came out, but I would definitely say this new classic suit is definitely much better. And then just kind of compare it to the old ones. You've got the Infinity Saga cap, which to me is one of probably the best Chris Evans head sculpt there is. They just nailed it with the beard, just absolutely nailed it with the beard. And then put that there. And then you also have the in-game cap with the spinning millionaire. And again, this is like old school engineering. You look at the shoulders here, how there's the big gap there. But still, this is actually a really good look. And even the boots are the same. So for the Infinity Saga, so for that cap, and then for the in-game, they didn't really even change the sculpt much. A little bit of added shoe here, whereas this one is, you can see they, look closer and do it this way here. So the shoe was updated, or is a little bit more boot area on the Infinity Saga, which they carried over to this one here. But other than that, the boot sculpt was pretty much the same. And of course, the new one is completely different boot sculpt because it is a completely different look. But fit and finish and detail, the paint hits, the sculpting, just much, much better. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of give you guys a quick rundown on all the caps. Again, you guys know I'm a cap fanboy, so I was going to pick him up regardless. So it's definitely not one of those things where, oh, I'm getting him a review and he's going to go on the shelf with everything else. And is it a good pickup? I would say if you're going to pick up your first Mafex cap, this is the one to go with, I would say, because the next one coming out, which is supposed to be this month, which may or may not happen, is going to be the comic classic suit. And so I'll pick that one up and do a comparison. But, if you like the old school, that's the way to go. But to me, this is probably the if you had to pick any cap up, of the Mafex caps, this is probably the one to go with, unless you just have like a special place in your heart for maybe like Endgame or Stealth Suit or Infinity War. But this is probably a good one and done kind of unit. So, and before we go, I'm gonna go to the shelf and put everybody back where they go, and you guys can see what the display looks like. Just get a sneak peek of it. And here's our final shot of the cap shelf. Like I said, I'll do a updated tour probably pretty soon, but you've got cap here, Mafex cap, or the Mafex Stealth Suit cap. You've got your Mafex Winter Soldier, SH Figures. This is my kit bash for Brave New World, and I'm calling him the Worthy Sam Wilson cap because you got Mjolnir from Mafex right there with him. You got a couple SH caps back there, cap versus cap. What is that? Avengers Assemble, Age of Ultron, which is probably my favorite suit of all. Civil War in the very back there. SHF cap with the Mafex head sculpt, Gritting head sculpt, and the Wakanda shields. Mafex SH Figures battle damage cap from Endgame. Mafex Infinity War, and then Mafex Endgame there. So final shot. Of course, if you're trying to make the ultimate cap shelf, and of course you got your Hot Toys Falcon Captain America, which is definitely my favorite version of Cap as far as the overall look. You know, if I'm going to buy Hot Toys, that's definitely the one to get. Just makes the shelf presence just crazy. So there you go. I appreciate it. Comment down below, like, share, and subscribe. Have a good one. Later.